I'm Richard Rukundo, one of the directors of Solution Primary School, which is based here in Zambia.
My name is Michael Urban, and I come from Denmark.
It's called Children's Solution Ministry. It's a registered non-governmental organization which does a variety of ministries, like it has got a church based here at school. We have also the school, which is Solution Primary School. We have also some areas like community workup program, like helping some people who don't have where to sleep, like in the villages there. We do a variety of work out here in the Children's Social Ministry.
Well, the reason why I ended up here in Uganda for the first time in 2014 is because my daughter chose to do some voluntary work in Uganda, in particular in Masaka. She was working for a Danish organization who reside there, and she was going to be away for 6 months, and I felt it would be a long time not to see her. So I wanted to see the work she was doing, and it was my first time to come to Uganda. Mainly I came to visit her, and I think kind of Uganda took me by storm. What met me here in Uganda was so overwhelmingly and so different from the country, Denmark, that I come from.
Yeah, for sure, we've already succeeded in setting up a project because, like as you know, most of the things here in Africa, if you have to begin, you begin in a humble way. So we began humbly, like using the papyrus kind of carpets to put up the project. But we went on progressing. We never had a land, so we bought the land. On the land, we never had any building, as you know. So we were able to look here and there to see that we can get some small funds and establish some temporary shelters. We started from temporary shelters for some good years, and thereafter we are trying to look for people who can stand with us in this project. So some volunteers came in from different countries like Denmark, like Belgium, even some of them from Uganda here, and we tried to combine some funds. We put up some structures for these children to have at least where they can study from.
My main purpose for Solution Ministry is to be a coordinator. I am trying my best to establish some contacts in the country I come from, Denmark. People who want to participate in any way they can to Solution Ministries, if they can help with funds, if they can help with ideas, and if they can help with praying for the project, praying for the children, for the teachers, and for the directors and whoever is involved in this project. I think it's very important for a project like this that you get to involve people, and you don't always just push people for money. You get to present a project, and you need to touch people's hearts. And people have different gifts, so I believe that everybody can kind of chip in to making Solution Ministry and this project work. But what I notice here is that everybody chip in, everybody feel they're part of a giant machinery where they are needed. And I think that is so important on a school project, that main reason to be here is to learn, to be equipped to a life as an adult when you finish school eventually. But here they learn that children are valuable, that they are loved, then that they have different gifts, and that they can all participate as one big family. Last year I was here, and I stayed here for 2 weeks. I wish I could stay here for 2 weeks this time, but last year I noticed over a 2 weeks period that I became so friendly with the children. And at that time, 1 year ago, I think in this building where we are sitting right now, we could be sleeping maybe 20 people in the same building. That's very new and in the beginning a bit weird for me, but that feeling of togetherness, different ages of children, many people sleeping in one room. I was lucky to have a single bedroom, but I was together with a bunch of people who were just having a good time, very disciplined. I must admit that discipline is I think one of the key words here. Discipline and attitude. The children definitely have that. I wish we could get some of that to Denmark, because I think there's something fantastic going on here in Uganda, and maybe that was what I really saw the first time I was here. I think that's what caught me, that there is something here which is so full of love and so full of God that I kind of miss it in Denmark. And this is one of the main reasons why I'm still on this project.
We have some other projects in the project still, like we have the church, as I've said, we have the church. The church, Papa is working hall, works as a school main hall where the children can just come together, have the quiz and debate. And when we have, like, we want to talk to their guardians, where they can come together. Also, we talk to them, try to show them how they can raise their children. And also, when it comes like on Sundays or other days where we meet, the committee members do come and we fellowship together, like praising and worshiping God in the same church. So it's a dual purpose.
Right now we are in the progress of making a new floor in the main hall, which also serves as a church, and like there are other rooms that already have been plastered the walls inside. There's been made a concrete floor, and as I see it, that's a huge step for those 3 years, because funds are small and the needs are huge. So that this is happening within 3 years is very, very pleasing. I do believe that within the next 2 years, all the buildings could be plastered inside. There could be concrete floor everywhere, and that next step after that would be windows everywhere and doors everywhere. May I believe that this is possible within the next 5 years, if God is willing to let it happen.
So we are very grateful to Papa Aban Michael from Denmark for having helped us to stand. I mean, like, with us to see that this main hall is rehabilitated because it was about to collapse. We have also another project like helping committee members. We have a number of committee members who don't have where to sleep. So one time we went with Michael Aban to one area nearby the school, and there was a lady who had nowhere to sleep.
Last year, when I was here at the school project, Richard and I were for a walk, and I meet this woman. I call her Mama Florence. She has one child who is in school here. She has several children, but they are not in the school, in this school. And I saw the house she was living in. It was in extremely poor condition. And I felt so sorry for her. I asked Richard, is there something we, as a project, as a school project, can we actually help her in getting a better place to live in? And Richard and I talked about it, and we managed over some days to get some funds to tear down the building and raise another building, a brick building. Her house was a mud house, and now she has a brick building with several rooms in, and this happened 1 year ago.
Nze Florence Nalukwago. Project ya solution enyambye bweti. Empererera ku mwana school fees n'ebyetaagisa ebirala ne banzimbira n'ennyumba nga nnina obuzibu.
We also have another project. One of the directors is a music artist. So in that, we try to compose some songs. These songs, we produce them like in audio, then in video, and then we can have some entertainment. Some other communities which have got some money, maybe in Uganda here, and we collect some funds from there to help the children still. And we're so grateful that Michael Urban also is one of the music writers.
God has given me a gift of composing music. It's mainly Christian songs, and I am so convinced that God also put me in this project for a very special purpose. And the reason why he gave me that gift and put me here is that Harriet Rukundu also is involved in the music industry. So right now we are trying to get the first composition into progress, and we hope that it will evolve into a CD. We don't know exactly how and what it will do, but we believe that God has a purpose for taking this step now. So within a few days it will be ready in the studio, and later on Harriet will fill in with the voice, and it will end up in a CD, which we hope can go to the market and create some funds for this fantastic project.
We teach people to fish. We don't teach people to eat the fish. We don't give them the fish only, but we can give also the hooks to fish. So we go in and start some kind of project of sustainable livelihood, whereby you can buy them some animals like piglets. We give them to keep so that in due time they can always have some funds, maybe to buy some books, some pens for their children, some things that we cannot meet, small things that we cannot meet, because you train them also to learn how they can really live if at all there's no help at any moment. So we train them. And we teach them also how to cultivate their land. You know, some people have the land but they don't know how to cultivate it. They don't know how they can manure it. So we conduct some kind of workshops and we teach them. How can you raise your children? How can you grow this and that? How can you keep the pigs, the poultry, and then you earn some money? As we are dealing with the needy and orphan children here at Children's Social Ministry, so you'll find that in most cases these children come from home when they have not taken anything, and their hopes are just at school here. And when they come at school, they feel like they need to have something like food. At times we provide them some food like posho and beans. But then time comes when you don't have funds, and sometimes they go without. So, as the Englishman say that an empty bag cannot stand. So at times they feel like they want to go home, they don't want to go home, but they have to go home. And the reason why they don't want to go home is that there's nothing to eat. So they keep on disguising here and there. Eventually they go home, come back the following day, when they expect something also. And then at times they say, oh, I'm sick. I'm sick, and then lie in the compound. But not sick really, but because they are hungry. And when they are hungry, they become angry also. So when some people can stand with us, like in the case of feeding, so you can at least have one meal a day. Whenever we have a project and we have got a section of teaching, you need to have the teachers, which teachers at the end of the month will need some money. Because they can work as volunteers, but not for all the time. So at times when they come in to ask for money, like their allowances, we find in their pocket there's nothing like money.
Therefore, it's very important that the economy, when it comes to the funds for the teachers, that's an issue which is very important to address. We want in the future to be able to give the teachers their salary the first in the month or every Friday at the end of a week, so that they come on a regular basis. There are never going to be any delay in paying teacher salary. This is a very, very important issue, because if we cannot do that, then we will continue to have to replace teachers, looking for new teachers, because some of the teachers, they get tired of not getting their salary on a regular basis.
Besides the teachers, we have another challenge. Like, yes, we managed to put up the classroom blocks, but they're not finished. Like, there and then you hear children suffering, crying of jiggers, oh jiggers, oh jiggers. Jiggers are these small insects. They also enter our bodies and suck our blood. So we do complain, but then nothing to do. We try to water the classes, but after a while, the dust comes back. So we would like to plaster the classroom blocks and have the floor so that they can get rid of the dust, and hence the jiggers will be out of the classes, so that we can always continue conducting the lessons very well. When the time comes for exams, we find it also hard to have exams here, because there will be need of these machines which process exams, like the photocopier, the printers. We have a few computers, but then you cannot do without the photocopier and the printers. So we have that one also as a challenge, and which needs your attention. Like, if you are able to do that, to stand with us in that area, also it can welcome you so much. Not only that, we have to establish like the administration block. Here we don't have any administration block. Tentatively we are using small rooms. Also we need some funds, which is a lot of money, and it needs a lot of people to stand with us so that we can put up an administration block. We are very grateful to those people who have really come in to stand with us, as I've mentioned earlier, like Mike Urban, like Teresa from Denmark still, like Robin from Belgium, Tess from Canada. Yeah, they've helped a great deal. Like, they get to the small half and we join the hands and do something. We've got another challenge whereby some of the students we have here, nearly other year, they come from very far. So they walk long distances. Can you imagine somebody footing for almost 10 kilometers every day, coming to school? Then he comes when he's very tired, comes late, and misses some lessons. Then the evening has to go back. So it needs, like, one time we thought of buying a school truck, but it needs some money. So I think it needs your attention. If you can stand with us, we can buy them maybe a school truck which can always collect them in the morning, then take them in the evening, and their performance could be better.
Now I've followed it for 3 years, and I don't think that it's been extremely in progress. But I think actually the most important thing is that it's sustainable. I mean, there are still as many children, almost as many children as when I came here in 2014, and the children are still learning very, very important things. I have noticed that the spirit here, the love everybody have for the children, it's the same over the 3 years. And so far, I know that God is involved in this project.
Any community without children is a hopeless community. So we want children to grow when they have that hope, and the community will always develop, because children today, tomorrow will be grown-up people who hope maybe our country, our village, other children in Uganda. And we always tell them that we hope you, not because we have a lot of money, but we hope you so that when you grow up, you can help others. So we want to inculcate that into them, so they can know the reason why we hope them, that in the future they can help others.
And that's maybe the most important thing to mention here, that everybody knows that God has a plan for this place, and everybody knows that He doesn't necessarily reveal all the details, and therefore we just have to thank Him for the presents that come in. We really, really hope that there are many people around the world who will be able to know about this project. The more people who can just join in without having to feel pressure to empty their bank accounts, empty their pockets, but who can just join in and be a part of it, however little or however much they want to spend. This is not a project where you just pour money down in a huge, endless hole. This is a project so full of love, and it's a project where if you want to come and visit, you will always be welcome. We will try to find a place for you to stay, to sleep, and it will not take a long time until you feel that this is another family for you. You will have friends and people, friends for life. And for me, this is what I know, that these people, I will know them all of my life. And I think that's you cannot estimate that in money. It's a gift, and I'm so happy for that. And I really want to, when I go back, I can feel that I'm motivated now to tell other people that this is actually a project that it's not only something I want to be a part of, but I want my family and my friends to also be a part of that.
I'm Nana Norita. Solution Ministry has really helped me in my studies because I joined the Solution when I was in primary 2. So it has helped me since primary 2 up to now, and it's still helping me. So I pray to God, if anyone feel like interested can join Solution.